3, 2, 1.
Hi.
You took a gap, so I was like, okay, clear opportunity for me to be like, welcome. But
Whatever.
guys, right before this recording, I must share this.
Please do.
Natasha has said, you are on a timeout.
After this episode.
So after this episode, you cannot talk to me.
Yeah.
So you're seeing all this happiness. just wait for that 35-minute mark after we're done with this
Because
episode.
you've been bullying me.
And she will just be like, anger.
Don't confuse the audience with our clap.
Oh, and sometimes you may, if you
I
see
want to
us,
talk about it.
if you
I want to
oh,
explain
yeah.
it. So sometimes we show us clapping.
Like every cut, if you in a video, I was just setting it up for you only. Every time you look at the video, sometimes you'll see our hands are like here or like here, and it's not because we are just like constantly doing something. It's the fact that it's a way to.
It's a way to tell, so you can visually see both in your video as well as in your audio waveform that if there's a clap, that means that there's like a loud and sudden noise, and then it helps us determine where we've stopped and restarted, and it helps us like it's basically it allows you to time things accordingly. So when in production and like films and stuff, if you see that like clapper thing, it's basically for the same thing. It's aligning audio and video tracks so that it makes editing easier.
Yeah, and if we were more professional, you wouldn't see us like this with our hands
We
halfway.
don't care about professionals.
Because but it does help. Like when I'm editing these things, you
Yeah.
can actually see the clap. You can see that big like waveform.
then we just know to remove the
Yeah.
first bit
Yeah.
before the clap.
And like when you have to
Wait.
sync audio with video,
Yeah.
that's so hard. Guys, Natasha will be doing throughout the episode.
sick
she
again.
she fell sick again. It's like, it's not even a quarterly thing. It's like a bi-monthly thing. Every other month.
Okay,
Natasha
thanks
will
for
fall sick.
jinxing it.
Yo.
In 4 months.
I mean, I'm already
every
in a
other
timeout.
month.
I'm already on a timeout, so I mean, might as well
If
dig
I have
that
a cold
hole.
during wedding time, I'm gonna kill somebody.
You will probably have it.
Can you not? Can you not say it?
Unfortunately,
Doo.
but that doesn't change anything. Unfortunately, your stress engages your body in a very strange way.
That's
The
not
moment you are stressed, your whole body is like attack. So it
I'm gonna
probably
be
will
stress
happen.
free
Oh,
for the wedding.
and what drugs are you going to be taking? Please share them.
It's a drug. It's 4 letters. And no, it's not weed and hash, you freak.
Then
Yoga.
you're going to do yoga. Oh, I would. We will make videos on this. Natasha should become a yogi, shouldn't she?
Yogini.
Yeah, yogini, is that what it is?
Isn't it?
My ex boss, soon to be ex boss.
Let's not reveal secrets right now. Anywho.
Anywho.
Let's do a quick catch up.
Episode number?
32.
Nice.
Sab seekh ke aayi hu.
Kya baat hai.
Cool. So I just had a little not disclaimer, little announcement for the world, our listeners and viewers.
What is this?
So last episode, everybody just not everybody, a few people listened to the podcast in audio
A
format.
good number. I don't know what she's talking about.
Whatever. But most people, 200 people, went on to our YouTube video to watch that. And as much as I appreciate you guys watching our YouTube videos, please also listen. I mean, just play it. Just let it play in the background. Mute your phone and just let it play.
Okay.
Because it helps us place ourselves in a way for the podcast audience, right?
Or audience ranking.
So so it helps with ranking. It helps us gain more visibility on Spotify. And no, we're not doing this for any monetary thing, but
we would love to.
Yeah, we'd love to. Two, it's just it feels good when our podcast shows up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, okay. Yeah, fair. I agree. I think video is also a great space. Honestly, if you are willing to spend half an hour of your day, valuable time, regardless if you're stuck in Delhi traffic, in the floods, or some other flood in some other part of the country, because that's everywhere at this point. We really thank you for spending that much time. I mean, we've seen some of the data, and we love the fact that almost all of you listened to the entire episode, and that's unheard of. Like, we've done podcasting for so long. Natasha's hired as a podcaster. She will not tell us about her data, but
I can.
in most parts, the consumption isn't a full episode, and we've seen median play times of like 31 minutes, and that's great. So thank you so much for
Yeah.
being a part of this and
Yeah.
enjoying this journey, and something that Natasha had wanted to do for so long. She's actually some of the smartest content that we've made, the ones that do well, are things that Natasha comes up with. So clearly, Natasha should start her own blog, get that double income life, so that we can have a quadruple income life. That would be really helpful. It'll help Natasha's business class dreams. She went business class
we'll
once.
we'll be called Quinks. Quadruple income, no kids.
Yeah. For how long though?
Dinks is just a funny.
It won't even be called Quinks. It'll be Kinks.
Oh, sorry.
Where did the U come from? You just added it. Okay. So this episode, what are we talking about, Natasha?
So I clapped. We thought we'd talk about dating apps.
Yeah.
Just
Dating apps.
Are
Friend
they
or foe?
like friends or foe? That was the whole thought. Considering we've both been on them, that is how we technically met.
Yeah.
Actually technically no, we didn't meet through a dating app, but like the short story is that yes, we did.
Yeah.
Right? Technically we were in the same school, we talked on Instagram, we didn't end up going out, and then eventually it was the dating app that finally like got us there. So
the dating app was essential in at
getting
least,
us to go out.
Yeah, for signaling that hey, you're ready.
Yeah.
Which now that I think of it, Natasha's always on someone else's dating app. So
it's so fun.
So it's just like, I don't know if I'd be so confused, right?
I don't do it for myself. It's just fun.
I know, but still.
There's so many reasons.
Would you ever want to go to a dating app now just to see what's happening?
Yeah.
Right?
Let's do it together.
Should we? Yeah. Both go on our own profile.
No.
Make your catfish.
We'll make,
Catfish accounts you want to make, okay.
Not a catfish. Okay, fine. Maybe to really confuse people, we'll make one between the two of us.
I can't injure my reputation.
Okay, fine, we'll do mine.
Okay,
but even mine, me doing it will injure your reputation as well. Yeah. But my thought is, okay, let's say it's my account, okay? And then we only post pictures of the two of us together on it.
He's my brother.
It'll be too funny.
Natasha has issues with brother-sister relationships that are too close.
There's I can't talk. There's an Instagram page called Siblings or Dating.
Yeah.
Is it dating or Siblings or Dating?
Yeah.
It's the funniest fucking shit out there because it's these really intense pictures and stuff, and then they put out.
See, now you do all these things, and then you're she was hugging me right now in a very intimate fashion, and now audio listeners can't see that. So
but they've made it at least 6.5 minutes through the episode, and now they'll move over to video.
Oh, convenient. While I'm driving.
It's really weird pictures of people, of couples, and then there's polls on stories, and it's siblings or dating, and then everybody gets to vote, and then they reveal it, and it's gonna shock you. So if you haven't seen it, you really should. It's really funny. But yeah, let's get to it. I have lots of thoughts on dating apps.
Go for it.
Starting?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm not a very seasoned dating apps girl. I think I must have been on it briefly earlier as well, but just for time pass or making an account. Girls get together and we just like to pimp each other out. Vaishnavi, hi.
Yeah. I didn't understand that.
I don't have friends true.
That
I think
do that
it's a very I know for me, eventually when I finally when I got onto them, it was more of just put yourself out there and just see and oops, sorry, okay, Archit.
You have another one coming.
It's my medicines alarms. I'm turning them
Guys,
off.
She has so many alarms for her homeopathic medicines that she doesn't take any of them. And they wake me up, they will bother me, Natasha will shut them off. And then she doesn't take the medication.
If you had a problem, you should have put these red flags on your dating app profile. But you
I never
didn't.
knew that this would be a problem.
Whatever. Anywho, so yeah, it's really mostly like your friends just encouraging you to get onto them. I don't think it works like that for boys because I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it works.
Right? You probably just got on it yourself.
I also don't have enough male friends to have
Like
that.
right now, not right now. A few months back, I did make one of my closest friends get onto a dating app because I was like, it's okay. Like, and it's not really like a get on it and you'll find somebody instantly, but it's just like you regain confidence. And like if you've been in a long-term relationship, you're very used to being in a certain type of relationship, and to get out there and like speak to different people really helps you understand what people are really like, and it helps you find yourself in that, and like maybe rebuild a part of yourself that you may have lost during your relationship. So like that's really what it is about, for at least from my perspective. I think that's how I feel when me and my friends get onto these apps. Thoughts?
You just gave like a brief history of your experiences
Yeah.
of being on a dating app, but you haven't shared any thoughts. Do you want me to do mine? Like,
I want you to do yours, then I share my
okay,
thoughts.
fine. Cool. So I, when I came back from college, is when I started looking at dating apps. I was on it for a long time. I think I was there until I met you, basically. So from 2 years, pretty much. And yeah, I mean, they were okay. Like I think I started with Tinder. Tinder was kind of average, and it just became really bad. Like it was just like catfish. Everyone was a catfish
Really?
at some point. Yeah, either they were catfish. There was a lot of like escorts.
I thought there was a lot of just hookup culture and not
No
like
hookup culture. Man, it's Delhi. What hookup culture can you have
I
in
don't
Delhi?
know.
Everyone lives in their own parents' house. How will you even enter someone's house to have sex with them? It's very hard.
Don't say these gross things on my podcast, please.
Oh, okay. All right. So that wasn't really a thing. I'm also not the kind of person who like makes many moves for like hooking up. So it was even worse for me because I'm not as like verbose about these
Okay.
things. Um, and then I went on Hinge. Hinge was nicer, I guess, but none of them really like converted for me as a very like, oh, let's go on dates kind of things. I think I met like one girl from these dates. A lot of my dates were just Instagram.
He's lying, just by the way.
He
met one girl.
Yeah. Oh, so there was one girl who I had a whole plan with to go on a date.
What if she listens to this podcast?
She's a follower also. She confirmed everything. She was an architect, worked in Chhatarpur.
Stop telling people personal
Why?
details.
There are so many architects living in Chhatarpur. How do I know?
Oh my God.
And I was at that time working out of Golf Course Road, and I had to like take a cab and then take a metro to get to her.
To get to Chhatarpur.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, I'm ready to leave. It was like 5:30. We were supposed to meet like 6:15, and she just ghosted me.
Oh no.
She ghosted me before that till 5 she was texting me,
You're screaming.
and then she didn't. So
Okay.
so like I've had very like awful
But
experiences.
you've been on dates.
I've been on dates, but a lot of them were just like messaging on
So-
Instagram.
What do you mean? Oh, just because you spoke to people on
DMs,
Instagram.
yeah.
Oh, but you've been on multiple dates.
Yeah, I've been on multiple dates.
To the same two places where you took me as well, just FYI.
Not always those two places.
I mean,
Not always. Those
Yeah,
two
I guess
places.
the Chhatarpur plan was an exception.
Yeah. Though technically there was a Leo's there as well.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so awful
Not too many
experience. Yeah,
gals.
awful experience. Not too many gals. I think there were just so many guys. It's like there aren't enough girls on it. Though other cities are a lot better. So
Okay.
like Bombay is a very good city for dating apps.
Speaking from experience.
Yeah, speaking from experience.
Okay, let's get back to my experience.
Yeah, go ahead.
Here's my problem with dating apps. Actually, I have so many, and I know they'll keep coming up every now and then. But like the main thing is that those questions and prompts that like
Hinge gives you, yeah.
doesn't like the other apps.
I don't
do
know
it?
now, but they
Well,
did used to
I was
before.
only on Hinge. I
Mhm.
never did the other apps. But those questions are kind of random. And then, like, because you're putting yourself out there for others to see, like,
Yeah.
you're literally just displaying yourself and your personality. Um, it really makes you like you're really like in that moment thinking of your responses and
Yeah.
how am I gonna sound better and why
Yeah.
is somebody gonna be interested in me and blah blah blah. And I think like it creates this perception of you that may not entirely be true.
Yeah.
And I know that like people will really sit and think about it, right? So like what can I put as my response to this prompt to make myself sound funny? What picture do I put that makes myself look the best that I possibly can?
Yeah,
Like things like
yeah.
that. Which I think is just like it's just not a healthy way of
Yeah.
functioning, especially sure, like if it's just a hookup, then whatever, do whatever. But like people who are there to like maybe meet somebody and actually have a genuine relationship, um you're putting up this image of yourself that is not going to be true always, right?
Yeah.
Like I think that's kind of where I really have a problem with apps in general. And then yeah, like there were weird people on it. What's nice about Hinge, and I'm of course not saying I probably don't know exactly, but like I think boys are allowed to like girls, whatever, right? Swipe. And until the girl doesn't accept it, the guy can't DM or something, right?
I don't know. I think Bumble worked like that.
No, I think Hinge worked like that.
I think they both worked like that.
Oh.
It's possible they both
So
did.
I think it's a good filter for people to have. I mean, is it like that everywhere else in the world as well, or is this an India special?
No. I think
special
it's
feature?
built on apps. So like Bumble was built on the concept that like queen bee. So like that's why it's
So
called Bumble.
gal first.
Yeah. So gal
I
first.
see. Okay.
And that's how they function. Hinge is very like, let's just not talk about your bio and your pictures. Let's give people more depth to who you are, and that's why they have so many other things that you can respond to.
But I know that Bumble has like
Friends.
sports you're interested in and like
Yeah.
really
All of those
random
things.
shit
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
And they keep on iterating
And
to
all
like
this,
build a more better
all
profile.
the questions of like, are you a smoker? Are you a drinker? Are you political? Whatever. Again, I'm like, just shut up. Like, shut up. You know?
Yeah, I filled all of them.
And everybody lies on that shit.
No, I didn't.
I feel like everybody. That day I was sitting with a friend of mine and we were on her profile because a fucking time pass for a girl who's in a relationship. And she was like, drinker occasionally. I was like, fuck off, you drink like 5 times a week. You're not an occasional drinker. Smoker occasionally. I was like, office aaja. Pata chalega. So like again, like I just feel like people are just lying on those apps.
They used to have one for like weed.
Yeah.
I used to definitely be like, yes, because
then you'd need girls who could provide you with.
Yeah, that was like my ulterior motive.
Okay. Anyway, so
because I couldn't score ever.
So yeah. Okay. Moving on. When I was on the apps, not only like maybe let's say of 10 boys, 8 boys were people I already knew somehow, and there were 2 randos.
Social butterfly.
You were also one of the people I knew somehow. So
I know.
So then, what are you talking me for?
Did you have this experience where like whichever guy you liked and you swiped, they automatically came into your like feed? Or so okay, maybe it doesn't happen on Hinge, but on Tinder, I remember you can right swipe people.
Yeah.
And then if they right swipe you as well, is when it's a match.
Yeah.
So what I've experienced, and when I used to be on Tinder, because I'd ask people for like tips, right? So one of the girls was like, you shouldn't be asking girls for tips because honestly, if I right swipe any boy, they will be in my feed. They will be a match because boys just sit and do like right swipe on anything. Okay. And in fact, there was Guru, a friend of ours, used to have an apparatus which would connect to his like phone charger, and it was like a thumb, and would just sit on it and it could like right swipe.
Okay, that's so weird. Again, see, that's so creepy.
Yeah.
And weird.
And then I know a friend who put extra money to do like Tinder around the world, so you can like right swipe people around the world.
But what's the point?
To just meet people, I guess. I don't know.
Across the world.
I
mean, are we pen pals? are we pen pals now? At the right age of fucking whatever, 25.
Yeah, but I think dating. Let's talk about some goods of dating apps because we've shat on them for 10 minutes.
No,
and by the way, we've actually been advertisers for a dating
Oh,
app as
yeah!
well. So it was our first
It
year.
was a COVID project.
Yeah, COVID project.
So yeah, 2020.
Yeah.
And the company that I was working at, who was it?
But okay, Cupid.
OkCupid had come to us for some like video project, and then they were trying to figure how to do it, and then like I don't know. I think one of my colleagues was like, let's just get Natasha and her boyfriend to do it, and we basically had to shoot like really like random videos
Yeah.
and stuff. Though we used a lot of photos and like a lot of it was genuine, but like we made up this like fake chat between the two of us, and it was this whole video, and it was advertised for a while.
A bunch of people saw it.
Yeah, a lot of people saw it, and they would all keep like DMing Archit and telling him that they saw us. But like, I think it was mostly advertised on like Snapchat and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And maybe on the back end on Instagram as well, but they never posted it, thank God. And yeah, we got money for that.
Yeah, so we've actually been advertisers for a dating app. So we are definitely like ambassadors for.
I'm totally pro dating
Yeah.
apps, by the way.
Yeah.
Because
Me
it's the
too.
best time pass.
No, I mean, I think more than that, like for me especially, like because I was coming back to a city after like 4-5 years and I literally knew no one. It was so isolating. So a dating app really helped in like building those conversations. I mean, not all of them became successful. I probably didn't meet a lot of people through that. But what it did do was to help me understand like what are people talking about? How do you like represent yourself more confidently? Even on dates for that matter, like it became so repetitive. Like the first date is a very repetitive exercise if you do enough of them.
I don't know.
Natasha doesn't have that issue, but for the rest of us, for the most rest of us, it's such a repetitive exercise, and you know you're talking about the same things about what you do, what you like, what you dislike. I actually had scripts in my head as to like, okay, like if this is what we've covered, then this is what we'll cover next, and if this didn't get covered, then this is how we'll segue into it. Like by the end of it, I was a lot better with it, and a lot more confident. But in the start of it was very hard. So. I really appreciate the fact that there are apps. I do think that there are definite pitfalls with them.
Yeah.
One is that you kind of also start looking at your own self-worth based on the number of people who engage with you.
Yeah.
And that really hurt me as well, like because I just felt like, oh, like I'm just not desirable, and that's the problem. And then this one came through, so it was fine. But you know, just like
Because you put a picture of Basan and you.
yeah, oh, I used to do all those things like pet.
Can I
pet
just
in
say
picture,
something?
yeah.
Every boy does it.
Now though, because it's such a popular
even
thing.
if it's not their own dog.
Yeah,
they will
yeah.
just go and take
But
a
that picture,
of
so
the dog.
there's a picture of me and Basin. Basin's really tiny with like really sharp claws, and I'm wearing a shirt, and I've worn it upside down because he's actually like scratched the forward side of it. So I was like, let me put the other side.
That makes no sense.
I don't know why I did
It's
it.
gonna
but
tear through.
Yeah, I know. I did it though, and then my
Maybe you just don't know how to wear shirts the right side.
and then my Didi, the one who works in our house, she took the picture and she's like 4'11". So I look giant. I look so like long in it. And then Basin is on me. Such a good picture. And my head is cut off a little bit. So is Basin's head. But it was such a
Is
good
it?
picture. Yeah, I think
I
so.
don't think so.
I'll try and find it.
But yeah, it was a cute picture.
It was a cute picture. And I actually, in my profile, by the end of it, I started putting food also. Because I was like, I don't know what else to put.
No, you didn't.
I didn't have a lot of pictures of
You
me.
didn't have food in it.
Not when you saw it. By that time, too.
You just said by the end.
By the end of it, yeah. Must I keep on changing it? No. It also Hinge also. I think.
Archie, you screaming.
Because sorry.
Sorry. Go on. I think you're just really excited.
I will only talk.
No, please don't. It's just got really loud in my ears. And
Okay. I lost my chain of thought, so you go
I'm
ahead.
so sorry.
That's okay. Go ahead.
Fuck. Yeah, so my thoughts on dating apps. Okay, other than all the negative things I said, I think like sure, like I said already though, right? Like it's a good way to kind of like find yourself, get some confidence, meet new people. My favorite thing about it is to be on my friends' profiles and then talk to random boys. Because it's just like, because it's harmless to me.
She has no opinions, guys. Like honestly, just let this be, because like
I do
you have no experience in it.
That's true. I don't have an experience. There were some creeps out there. I didn't talk to them.
Yeah.
And I don't think I was on the apps for very long. Like,
Do you want to talk
a
about
month.
what one of your
Okay, so
yeah.
somebody I know has this Instagram profile called Voices of Hinge.
It's great. Follow it.
There's an underscore somewhere there, but I don't know. And it's basically, and okay, all the righteous people out there might come to me and be like, "This is wrong, Natasha." And I know it's wrong, but it's so fucking funny that you can't help but find it funny. So so Hinge now allows people to put like voice responses for a prompt, and this profile is basically some of the funniest voice notes ever. Like, ever. And it's like the whole profile has been screen recorded where the voice note is playing. And of course, we blur out the faces. And it's not me when I say we, it's somebody I know. They blur out the face and they share it on Instagram. And it's so funny. And I think we should play one for the audience
Sure.
right now. Okay, hold on. It's too good. Let's not keep awkward silences though. Say something, Archit.
Hi.
Come on. Voices _of_ hinge.
It's a very like underrated page, only 100
So
followers.
underrated.
But also the person who did this got banned from Hinge.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay, I really wanna turn up the volume.
It's anything made
Oh,
by
sorry.
Sweet.
Oh shit, I should have said the prompt first. Okay, so this is a man, and his question is an overshare.
Well, they say nice guys usually finish last, so I'll make sure you come first. All that.
And all that.
The deal doesn't get better than this.
Okay, there's another one. This one is the key to my heart is.
It's anything made by soya chunks, called as Nutri Delhi.
Called as Nutri in Delhi. So anyway, this is the fucking funniest page you'll ever come across.
It's great.
I
And,
know it's not right to make fun of people, but dating apps are kind of made to make fun of
Yeah,
people.
I mean, your entire like MO on a dating app has been let me look at boys so that I can make fun
can I
of
just
them.
say something, ladies out there, because I can only vouch for because I can only speak for a lady, being one myself. I am so good. I am so good at saying the right things
Yeah.
on dating apps.
When it's not it's not you.
Hey,
When it's not
Hey!
your like stake.
I'm good with myself as well.
How do I know?
Hello, you went on a date with me, didn't you?
But that had nothing to do with we
I
covered
was like,
this
oh
in
my
the
God,
first like 5
Natasha.
minutes.
And yeah, so I'm really, if you're like ever stuck with responses and stuff, like just come to me, because that's what Arushi does. I'm always just like telling her what to say to people, and like I'm a smooth operator, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Agreed.
And then for people who are really bothering me, you can reach out to me for that as well, because I'm really good at saying good things to them as well. Like just really putting them down, because people are creepy, man, on the apps.
Natasha's very good at like long ass texts
Ooh.
with like lots and lots of like layers of anger, and you have to like sift through each layer.
The other day I was on my friend's app, and like this guy had said something really weird. Now I can't remember it at all, but it basically like
Find it.
he'd said something really derogatory towards women, and then I basically like lectured him. And then I was basically like, it's not very nice to say something like that, and like people will find it very offensive, blah blah blah. Just letting you know as a friend. I think the friend thing really triggered him, because then he responded. He's like, everybody's different. I'm a very different person, and this is how I think, and blah blah. And I was like, just shut the fuck up, you idiot! Like, fuck you.
You just acknowledge and move on.
Yeah, like just be like, sorry, Didi.
Yeah.
And get out. Somebody should be calling me Didi.
I need a t-shirt like that.
And then,
You
sorry,
should
Didi.
wear a t-shirt saying sorry Didi.
You should
In the
wear
back
it.
it says get out.
and last thing. Like 2 years ago, again, every time Arushi's in town, we just get onto her profile for fun. And like we just talk to random people, and we stay up till like 4 a.m. like doing random shit. Like 2 years ago when she was here, we made her a dating profile, and again for the fuck of it. and and she had just met Archit, I think, or like this was the first year they had met, so it was
Yeah.
post COVID. So I think 2021 when you guys properly met. I think you met back in 2019. but
Then
it
we
was
went
for
to
a very short
Leo's.
while.
Yeah.
No, that was 2019, but
Okay.
it was a very short while. So anyway, Archit and Arushi had gotten really competitive about playing Atlas. And Archit would
The
beat
best
her every
game
time. Archit would beat her every time. So we got onto the apps. And then we just like right swiped on guys and matched with them so that she could play Atlas with them and like get better.
Maybe we do an episode which is just us playing Atlas.
No.
Come
I
on.
wouldn't want to lose.
That's her problem.
Suicide.
That's her problem. Sure.
Sean Niagara.
What?
Sorry, Falls.
Niagara Falls?
Can I not do
Are we
physical
doing?
features?
We're doing that. Okay, fine.
Okay, I don't want to play thanks. Any last final thoughts, Archit?
No, not really. I think, yeah.
I'll summarize the episode. Get onto the apps whenever you feel like it. There's no pressure.
Yeah.
Don't get pressurized by your friends and family, and I doubt that the families tell you to get onto the apps or whatever. Two, don't try to put yourself. Don't try to create a fake version of yourself for the apps. Like, be as genuine as you can, because that's when you're genuinely looking to find somebody through it. That's the best way to do it, and you will find somebody if you think that like, oh, apps are hopeless and blah blah blah, like, fair.
Yeah.
It's very hard, and we got lucky somehow. I wouldn't think that it's like you find somebody like that, but I do know people who have met through the apps who now are like married and have a kid, and it works out for people who it has to work out for. Three, if there are weird people out there and you need them to shut the fuck up, message me on Natasha with 2 eyes on Instagram. And if you are stuck and don't know what to say to people, message me again and I will help you out. And 5, I don't know why I said 5, but I don't know. Have fun, guys.
Yeah, have fun.
Friends are for friends.
Yeah, friends.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
All
Okay,
right.
cool. Thanks for listening, guys.
See
Hope you
you.
enjoyed it, and we'll see you next week. Oh, sorry. Last thing for our listeners. And this is such a genuine. Let me get the mic closer. I've been like really losing hair. It's the monsoons apparently, because I just don't touch my hair. I think it happened. Like, I was telling my mom, and she's like, Natasha, it happens to you every year. Like, why are you complaining? And maybe it is a seasonal thing, and I forget every year. But if you guys have any tips as to how I can strengthen my
Tips
hair,
and tricks.
please fucking text me, man. I want to cry. I've never lost so much hair. Okay, bye.
She loses hair all the time.
Thank you.
All right. See you. Bye.
Bye.